let this be.
If you believe in the power of kindness and are eager to make a meaningful impact, keep listening. Israel It's Real Price knew that kindness could change the world. The It's Real initiative carries on his legacy, providing compassionate support, uplifting communities, and creating opportunities for all. Help us transform lives with simple acts of kindness. Join us in making a difference. Visit itsrealinitiative.org today. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Together, we have the power to share kindness and make a lasting impact on lives.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure that you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You are now, ladies and gentlemen, you are now rocking with the best. And since you are rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I appreciate the love. Thank you. I am back. I'm back at the crib. Back at the crib. No more Colorado Springs. Back at the crib. Saw the fam. Everything is good. Now we back and better than ever. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Follow me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at Gamecocks Talk. And wherever you get your podcasts, you can follow your man, Captain Will. iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those cool methods to follow Captain Will as I talk about the three-time national champions. Oh, we got a good one today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. We're going to talk about the unsung heroes on the South Carolina women's basketball team. South Carolina takes on South Florida on Sunday. It's going down 2:00 p.m. South Florida is a team that we'll discuss, go through the whole scouting report on them and what they're bringing to the table offensively and defensively and how they match up against the South Carolina women's basketball team. But today we're going to talk about the way that certain players on this basketball team that's not talked about a lot, but brings in certain attributes that contribute to a championship culture. We always talk about Raven Johnson, either good or bad. We always talking about her. We always talking about Tahina Powell. Tahina Powell, Raven Johnson, now MiLaysia Fulwiley is all the buzzwords for South Carolina women's basketball. With Chloe Kitts playing unbelievable basketball through the first 10 games, she's crossing over to that level to being one of the most talked about players on this team. Okay, so those players are always being discussed. Those players are the forefront, in particular MiLaysia Fulwiley, of what the media talks about. Those players are the buzzwords. Those are the clickbait type situation when you want to talk about South Carolina. It just is what it is. It is what it is. But South Carolina got a whole lot of players in this basketball team who are doing work. Okay, South Carolina is not built on just a couple of players. All right, so last night we saw Notre Dame. We saw UConn. We saw how dominant, and it very good game. Very good game with some sensational basketball players. Hannah Hidalgo is unreal. She is nice. She offensively and defensively, she put in work yesterday. Can't deny that whatsoever. She is a baller. I remember seeing Hannah Hidalgo in a junior in high school, so I know she can do work. Olivia Miles, excellent basketball player, overcoming that injury from last year. Excellent. And they won. They beat UConn handedly, may I should say. And UConn is, and this ain't the UConn versus Notre Dame recap, but I just got to say this right here. UConn isn't as good as I thought they were going to be. Asia Fudd, once again, is not playing. Paige Beckers and Sarah Strong are doing so much on this basketball team, and they are relying right now on about roughly two players. You know, that's not Carolina. It will never be South Carolina, where we have to depend on Pow to go off every game. Nope. That's not the way we built. We're not built on Chloe she has to go off every single game. Ashlyn Watkins have to go off every single game. Those players on those two teams, if Hannah Hidalgo does not go off, Notre Dame loses. If she has a bad game, Notre Dame loses because she means so much to that program. Usage rate, meaning the ball is constantly in her hands. She's dependent upon on the defensive end so bad. If she sprains an ankle, if she's out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, Notre Dame is done. Done. They're not gonna go to no Final Four or Sweet 16 with Hannah Hidalgo or Elite 8 with Hannah Hidalgo's gone. They're not. But Carolina can. Carolina can sustain an injury to one of our players because there are so many players on this basketball team. Unsung hero. I think one of the biggest unsung heroes that we don't discuss enough on this team is Bree Hall. Bree Hall is literally the glue that sticks this thing together. Breezy Hall has been through everything. Has been through the ups, the ups and the downs. She has grown so much from her freshman year at the University of South Carolina. Last year, team captain, champion. Bree Hall, there was a cool interview I saw last season. And Bree Hall was being interviewed, and it was in the locker room, and the girls was clowning, being the Don's daycare that they are. And Bree looked to the side of the screen and whatever she said, like, hey, I'm doing an interview, or hey, be quiet, or whatever she said. I was like, Breezy is the adult in the room all the time. Breezy's stats are not going to jump up and down at you. 7 points, 44% from three. You know, she's not taking a ton of shots. But do you notice, like, when Breezy has a great game, our offense is on a different level? Do you notice that when we play a top-level team, Breezy is guarding either the number one scoring threat or the number two scoring threat when she's in a basketball game? And with Breezy playing about 26 minutes per game, she's going to get a lot of attention on their offensive dogs. She's got great size. She can move. She can defend. She's always, it seems like Breezy's always doing the right thing. Always. She doesn't turn the ball over. She's averaging less than half a turnover per basketball game. Did I say she shoots 44% from the three-point line? Did I say that? I think I did. We hear a lot of talk about two-way players, who's the best two-way player, blah, 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 blah things. I don't know who's the best two-way player, because a two-way player to me is not a good term in the first place, because if you are a basketball player, obviously you should play offense and you play defense, all right? So that makes no sense to me. But Breezy Hall, if you go into a fight, if you're going into a tough game in a tough environment, you want Breezy Hall on your team. There is no other way to say that. You want a person who is level-headed, who can make big shots. That's why she called Big Shot Breezy. Play defense and help lead you to a victory. That's Breezy Hall. You have to have her. You have to have her. And she is the definition of an unsung hero on this basketball team. Another player that is a unsung hero that is not discussed enough on this team? Sakima Walker. Like, Kat, what you talking about? Yeah, I'm talking about Sakima Walker. Sakima Walker, 6'5", started out at Rutgers, transferred over to junior college and won the junior college player of the year, came over from, let me go backwards. She was a 4-star recruit. JC player of the year, came over to South Carolina and is in her second year because she, chose to, for a 5th year, use the COVID year to stay at South Carolina. I hear folks constantly talking about Sakima Walker, Sakima Walker, Sakima Walker. Sakima Walker should be playing more. Sakima Walker can't do this. It's like up and down, like a wave of what the conversation is about Sakima Walker. Here's the deal. Sakima Walker is a good basketball player. Let's begin with that. Sakima Walker on other basketball teams would be getting substantial minutes. It's a 4-star recruit who's 6'5", who can play the game of basketball and is in her 5th year. She can play basketball. What our fans sometimes doesn't grasp is our players are amazing. Not amazing. They are amazing. And there are levels to greatness on this basketball team. Within the Colonial Life Arena, there are levels of greatness. And with the exception of Sakima Walker, everyone on that team is 5-star recruits. Everyone are top high-level recruits. Sakima Walker was a high-level recruit as well, 4-star recruit. I want to say she was in the 60s and 70s. Can't remember in the top 100. Can't remember. But she is doing what she's supposed to do on this basketball team. She comes to the game when she is needed. She plays big when she is needed. But I think the biggest point or the biggest part of Sakima Walker's contribution to this basketball team, quote unquote, the unsung heroes on this basketball team, is her presence. Not necessarily on the court. Because on the court, you're only talking about 40 minutes in a game. 40 minutes. I'm talking about presence in the locker room. I'm talking about our presence outside the game of basketball, because she's an adult. She's a grown woman. We got kids on this team. We have kids on this team. We got players on this team that was in high school last season. Sakima Walker has done it all. 4-star recruit, Rutgers, didn't work out, transferred over to JC, did her work there, came to Carolina, got a championship, down to 5th year. Those are experiences. Those are moments. You think that a player like a Maddy McDaniel or Joyce Edwards can't learn something from Sakima Walker? You think that can't happen? It is happening every day. We just don't see it. We don't see it. What we see is, oh, snap. Sakima Walker only getting like 3 minutes in this game. Oh, she should have transferred. No, she should have transferred. Why would she transfer? Sakima Walker is literally living her best life right now. She's living her best life. If Sakima Walker would have transferred over to a mid-level D1 basketball team, playing 20, 22 minutes a game, having a so-so ranking, versus playing for the University of South Carolina, three-time champions, three-time champions, flying on a private plane, playing in front of 15 to 18,000 fans. Game is on TV every single time. Exploring and blossoming her brand in a 5th year. Come on, man. No, she wasn't going to transfer. No way she would transfer. One of my kids, I was like, no, you ain't going nowhere. You're going to stay at USC. You're going to continue to play basketball. You're going to live this life. It's the best thing ever. You're going to graduate, and you're going to be a progressive, part of society and continue the next 40 years and let the education of the University of South Carolina guide your way. That's Sakima Walker. A lot of things, leadership is not necessarily on the court all the time. Leadership, great leadership is done off the court. The things you don't see. Trust me when I say that. We got 3 championships, multiple SEC championships. A lot of things happen that of players who help get those championships. You know, it's leadership too, or unsung heroes. Y'all remember the video when MiLaysia only played 3 minutes? Played 3 minutes and, kind of, being a kid, because she is a kid, being a kid, and she was angry because she didn't get back in the game and just frustrated. And I see that frustration with her every time wifey and I see our own son just, mad at track. Oh, I didn't do as well as I thought I was going to do. Oh, I fouled on the triple jump. All those different things, and just be soaking. You know what I'm saying? I was like, boy, get it together. It's going to be okay. And that's what I seen on the bench as players was doing the same thing to MiLaysia. It's going to be okay. You good. You straight. Your time is coming. All those great things. And then what happens? Next few games, MiLaysia Fulwiley is showing why she is MiLaysia Fulwiley. Ladies and gentlemen, that is leadership. That is providing that extra thing that's not even on the court. Keeping their head up. Because folks who talk about MiLaysia Fulwiley need to transfer. Folks who talking about MiLaysia Fulwiley need to get away from Dawn Staley and this system and all those great things. Maybe even go to someplace like LSU or someplace that's going to showcase her skills in a different way. Dawn Staley said, I'm not about that life. Dawn Staley said, I'm trying to get MiLaysia Fulwiley's jersey hung up in the rafters of the Colonial Life Arena. There are going to be some tough times. And the growth of some of these basketball players in order to be the best basketball player they could be. Unsung heroes on the court, off the court, in the classroom, wherever it may be. I'm talking about Breezy Hall, and I'm talking about Sakima Walker. Keep leading by example. This includes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now rocking with the best. And since you are rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.
J-Rock did this beat.